My name is Ratu Elijah Godwin Matanimeke, Toroki Naitini. I'm from the beautiful province of Ra, Sevo Nokonoko, Vasu Nandronga, Nawe Buzu. I come from a family of 5. I got my dad, my mom, eldest of 3, and I have 2 other small sisters, Ulamila and Makilisi. School, I attended RATU Kandawilibu School in 2014, 15 and 16, and then I went to Lilin Memorial. I stayed there for a term or 2, I think. And then from there I went to New Plymouth Boys High in New Zealand. Played a little bit of rugby there, had some experience with music. Then came back to Fiji when my mom got sick. And then she passed away, I think it was 2 years ago, is when she passed away. And yeah, so I basically came back from New Zealand to be here with my mother. You know, when you have a mother, you have to always be here. Got a daughter, she's 2 years of age. I'm not married yet, but one day will be. It's a hard thing, being the biggest supporter in my life, I was able to accomplish a lot of things as a Fijian young man in a very, it's a very hard country to live in. Being able to overcome everything was because of my mom. I was able to get through high school. I was able to get through life because of her teachings. When I got the news, when I was there, when I got the news that she was stationed in Palau for a year. And when she was there, when she came back, she got sick. And then I came back, I told my coach, I was like, well, I need to go back to Fiji because my mom is there and she's getting sick. Giving up all of this because I knew that my mom is the one person that I need in my life to be able to carry on with life. But hearing the news when she got sick, boy, it was just it was a moment to actually sit down and think, because once she's sick, is unstable in the family, unable to provide for the family, and being the oldest in the family, you have to be able to step up and actually be able to provide for the family during the hard times. But if there's one thing my mom has taught me, is always to persevere, never give up. Coming from a very athletic family, she taught me a lot of things, and giving up was not one of them. But hearing of her sickness, boy, that was something that really hit me hard. And when she passed away, very dark moment of my life. Things weren't going right. My relationship wasn't going right. My life wasn't going right. I wasn't able to actually think straight as a person. But yeah, man. But every now and then I get to hear her voice in the back of my head telling me that, everything is gonna be okay. And one thing that she always told me was, behind every hardship there's always a rainbow. Behind every storm there's a rainbow. So that's one thing I dwell on, the teachings. Yeah, man. Really, really hard time when she passed away. Watching them growing up, watching them, I was just amazed by it, man. But I was always very shy, standing at the back. But I didn't really know that I had a good voice until I was 14, I think, or 15. That's when we had, remember the mic show? So we had this mic show going on. It was, 2000, I can't remember the year. And then I went. It was on Sabbath. So I went to the thing. Auditions, got it. So when we stood there, they were calling out the names, and I was sitting there. I was scared, bro. I was very scared. So I was just sitting there. I was like, mangi, breath up to here. Car was shaking. I was like, oh boy. But then I wanted it, And like I said before, my mother was a very determined woman, And I'm so grateful for that. I just stood up. I looked at that door. I was like, you know what? Let's do this. Stood up, went there, auditioned. Sadly, I didn't get through. but you know, it actually made me want to keep on going, keep on going. So I didn't give up. So from then on, I was working on my craft, you know. You know, Fatiko, Lako, you know, we started over the years, started seeing all these singers on stage, seeing how beautiful it is, and I was like, you know, one day I'll be up there, and I'll be singing to thousands of people and hundreds of people, and being able to change some people's lives and stuff like that. But I wanted that. Yeah, so I think I was around 15 years old when I started singing, but then it was up until I was 18 or 17 before I left for New Zealand. I started singing when I was in Form 5. That's when I moved to Lelin. And because my mom was sick, we needed money. So that was the only way I was able to, you know, help at home. So it'll be like that. Go to school, go for training, come back. Go to school, come back. Training, after training, go for gig. So get money, and then come back home, study, go back, sleep, and repeat. And that's how it is.
So what is the band that you were in on that time?
Boy, that was my first ever. I was with William Driver, D, and Naomi Kalomera, and she were together with this VT1's movement. Our band was called Waves Fiji. Yeah, that was my first ever band I started with, and we used to perform at the Modest City. Was it Dogfather? That was the first ever band.
What is your best experience?
Best experience
in music industry?
Oh, you mean in Fiji?
In Fiji, in overseas, and in your life.
Okay. Whew. Boy, that's a very good question, brother. Okay, so I'll start with overseas. Overseas, we had a game on Saturday, and then after that game, one of our head of department for culture, that's one of the teachers there, came up to me and he was like, "Hey, since you're free now, there's a talent quest happening at the neighboring school. It's a New Plymouth Girls High. So I was at the boys' school. At the girls' school was happening. There was a talent quest happening. So, and he was telling me, if you want, you can go down and perform. I was like, yeah, man, I want that. Okay, let's do this. So took off last minute, brother. We just rocked up, guitar, told and this friend of mine, Jack Newsom. Never forget that fella. He stood up next to me and he was like, bro, what song do you want me to? I told him, Labyrinth, Jealous. Bro, I tell you, that was unreal, sir. So many people, white and, coming, having a dark skin, there's always that barrier. And being able to touch their lives that day, I sang this song, it was so slow. Just the guitar, and just my friend with the guitar and me, standing on stage, so many white people, and you look down and you're like, ooh, okay. It's not like at home, when you see it's friendly, because you're the same color with everybody, but that day, my brother, I tell you, everything was just rock, reggae, and then we just shut down the whole place, bang. And I just saw the people's reaction towards it. It was just amazing. And after the performance, the amount of people that came up and actually started, thanking me for the song. One guy actually cried, and he was like, bro, he was a Maori guy. He was saying, you really touched my life, and that song really changed. And that day onwards, I was like, you know what? Even though I got music, I got rugby going on, I got school and stuff, music is definitely something I want it to be a part of my life. But for local performances, okay, so simplest moments, brother. This was at Yacht Club, I remember perfectly. I came back from New Zealand, and I was working on a job, and this woman came in from Australia, and she was about to leave, to go back to her homeland, and she asked me personally, she came up to me, she's like, I'm going back to Australia, and could you please sing me a song? I was like, sure. And she gave me $100. I took the $100, I looked at her, ma'am, thank you very much, but I'll sing it for you. I gave her the money back, I'll sing it for you. And then I sang Isa Isa Bulangi Lasindin in an R&B version. So I slowed it down and made it like really heartfelt. Well, she actually cried on, like where she was sitting, she was crying. She started crying and crying and crying. And then afterwards she came and she gave me a hug. She was like, thank you very much, you made my day. I came to Fiji because my husband passed away and I just need time away from home. So I was like, okay. And when I came here to Fiji, I had a friend here. She started telling me about her life and stuff like that. And you know, when you get to see how people's reaction towards music, it's amazing. That's what I live for right now. It's making people's life, you know, for them to endure another day. So that's, yeah, man.
Okay, to the concert this Saturday.
Right.
The songs that is in your list.
Yeah.
That you're going to sing in the concert.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so I won't disclose all of the songs that I'll be singing, but one song I'll definitely say that I'll perform on the day is Yala Yala. Because you know, seeing how people react to the song, it's only right to perform it live. But yeah, man, I got it's a good list coming in that we set it up for the concert on Saturday. But not only for me, but also for the other artists as well. We're trying to be able to put out a performance that people will remember. It's been a while. We also have had you know, COVID and lockdowns and stuff. So we want Saturday to be a night to remember for people of Fiji, especially in Suva. And then carrying on, but all I can confirm is Yala Yala will be definitely sung on the night. Like I was telling Brother Steve in the other interview, we wrote the song because I wanted to. There was a time that I wanted to get married, but then I had a few hiccups with my partner, and you know, one thing I love about the team is that we actually sit down and we share, and we will actually be able to grow, and that's so cool to me. So the song is basically a young man wanting to, that wants to get married or find love, but it's right there, but then, you know, he can't reach it, and he wants it. But at the same time, you know, in their own way, Yala is also a love song, promising your loved one that, you know, I promise till death do us part. I promise to you that I will love you forever. You promises. So Yala in English is like our vows, So yeah, it's basically a love song, a wedding song, and it was about me wanting to get married at one point in my life. So that was basically